Hi guys, Ms. Connor is back with another iReady math lesson tip video this week. This week you have 3 iReady math lessons, but I'm only making one of the iReady videos for you because they are all related or connected, which is an iReady reading vocabulary word. They are all connected to each other very well this week. So the first video that you're going to be doing is a video about triangles. It is very similar to last week's videos when you did square, circle, cube, and sphere. This one is only about triangles, and I really hope you remember what a triangle is. So a triangle is a shape that has 3 lines and 3 vertices. So we know that a triangle often looks like this. It's got 3 lines and 3 vertices or corners, but we know that we use our math brain and call them vertices. So triangle, or you can make a triangle going any other direction as long as you have 3 straight lines and 3 corners. We know that we can even make one that looks upside down, sideways, normal, upside down. You can make one going sideways, diagonal. Any shape that has 3 lines and 3 vertices is a triangle. Even if it looks wonky and you make it look really skinny, it still has 3 lines and 3 vertices. So it is a triangle. So I think that you're going to have a pretty easy time with your triangle lesson this week. The only other little tip that I wanted to tell you was that, remember, last week you had to make sure you clicked all of the triangles or all of the squares or circles. Make sure this week you do the same thing, and if it asks you to choose all of them, there's probably going to be more than one, so make sure you are really clicking on every triangle that you see on the screen. Don't miss any. So the next couple videos are all about identifying something called 2-dimensional shapes or 3-dimensional shapes. So what that is a 2-dimensional shape is anything that is flat. These are 2-dimensional shapes. They are the ones we see most commonly. So we see circles, squares, triangles, rectangles, hexagons. They are all flat to the paper, something that we can draw. They have no depth to them, just one side. They have not one side, I should say one face. They don't have any other parts to them. A 3D shape or a solid shape is made up of different faces that make the shape something you can build with. These are shapes that we can draw, but we can't build with these. These are shapes that we can build with, like a cube from last week's lesson or a cylinder. We can build with these. A rectangular prism, we can build. So those in this week's lesson are called solid shapes. You will see a solid shape is something you can build with, and a flat shape is something that you can draw. In this week's iReady lessons, you are going to have to sort them. So sort all of the flat shapes and sort all of the solid shapes all together in 2 different groups. So before I log off, let's practice some of our flat shapes, and because those are some that you will also have to organize. So I hope you remember these. We've practiced a lot in school, but let's just review just in case. So our first one that you need to know is a circle. A circle looks like an O, and there are no straight lines and no vertices. Kind of looks like a happy face. A square is the next one, and it has 4 straight lines that are all the same length and 4 vertices. Now, if you see a square and it is tilted on the side or any other direction rather than just straight, it's still a square. So they might try and trick you and put one that kind of looks like a rhombus or a diamond, and that's okay because it's still a square. It has 4 sides that are all the same length and 4 vertices. We just talked about a triangle, and I mentioned that they can be any direction, so keep that in your mind as well. A rectangle, now remember, rectangles have 2 long sides and 2 short sides, but they still have those 4 vertices on each of the corners. So a square and a rectangle, make sure you are being detectives and you are really looking at the sides to make sure you can tell which one is the longer side if it has one. And the last shape that you will see on your iReady lesson is a hexagon. Okay, back to where we were. If you see a hexagon has 6 sides and they're all the same length and 6 vertices. So it is the one that looks different than the rest. It might look unusual. It's less common to see than the other 4 shapes. But we have done an excellent job this year talking about shapes and really learning about the sides and the vertices. So I think you'll remember hexagon as the one that's just a little unusual, and it's usually one of your favorites. So remember, 6 sides and 6 vertices is a hexagon. So I hope you guys do a great job in your iReady lesson, and remember to always try your best and make your teacher proud. Bye, guys.